show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead, is back on your social media. We are now also back on Facebook, not just YouTube. Good afternoon, welcome to it. This is All Things Football, Football Unpacked, now known as All Things Football, Football Unpacked, since rebranded for season 3. We're deep into season 4. Good afternoon, welcome to it. My name is Apiwe Roto. Remember to like the page, All Things Football, Football Unpacked on Facebook. We are also on YouTube on the Apiwe Roto network. If you enjoy the show, remember to comment on the news, the stories, and remember to hit the subscribe and like and subscribe button if you wish to see more episodes, and ring the bell for notifications of new episodes that premiere every Saturday. Plenty to talk about as far as the new show as today's episode is concerned. uh with the return of the Nedbank Cup, the Premier League is also back. Last week, there was no Premier League due to the FA Cup. All Things Football Unpacked would like to apologize for not being on last week due to unforeseen circumstances. News in regarding Royal AM is making headlines the world of football in the last week is that the Premier Soccer League is exploring the possibilities of having Royal AM face expulsion. According to the PSL handbook, the league can also impose sanctions that lead to suspension and relegation under extreme circumstances. Currently, the EXCO, which is the executive committee, has been engaged in meetings discussing the matter at length, but have all made the call to enforce Rule 57.13, 57.13, which would effectively mean the 2024-2025 Betway Premiership will then have to continue with 15 instead of 16 clubs, something that has never happened before since the PSL era. We first had 18 teams when the PSL was launched in 1996, the 1996-97 season, which will turn 30 years at the end of next season, before we trimmed it down to 16 teams in 2001, 2002. For the following weeks, attempting to deal with the saga surrounding the franchise owned by the businesswoman Sean Mkhize after the South African Revenue Services appointed a curator to run the team. Royal M had their top flight matches postponed. They were supposed to play Kaizer Chiefs on Friday. That match has also been postponed after the PSL felt that it was not provided sufficient guarantees, despite asking for a letter of comfort regarding the running of the club. Twitter have not managed to host or travel to a game since the 29th of December, where they lost 3-0 to TS Galaxy at the Harry Gwala Stadium. And they are currently at loggerheads with SARS, who are determined to collect 40 million rand tax debt linked to the club owner and Sean Mkhize over payment of salaries to players, one of them being Samuel Nakovic and another one Ricardo Nascimento, just to mention a few. You can follow the story further on SABC Sport, on the sabcsport.com. As reported by the website, the club failed in the last attempt at court with an urgent application to force the PSL and SARS to allow them to return to play. After their application to force the PSL and SARS to allow them to play was dismissed, they now rooted at the bottom of the table with just 11 games, 1 win, 5 draws and 5 defeats, leaving them with 8 points. They also were scheduled to meet Milford in the round of 32, but that fixture was also postponed. An announcement from the PSL regarding the expulsion is expected before the end of the week, with sponsors and fans also waiting to hear the way forward. On to our other news, a South African coach, tactician, and Pitso Mosimane could be on the receiving end of a permanent ban from coaching in Iran with other former coaches, rather with other for with other former coaches. This comes after in Iran football. This comes after the South African tactician parted ways with Estigar FC over unpaid salaries and amounting to $1.3 million, around 24 million rand in South African rands. He could be barred from managing in the country, and recently departed after he recently departed following a proposal by the Iranian Football Federation's Regulation Development and Implementation Committee, according to Vazesh 3. The recommendation, which has been submitted to the board of directors, seeks to prevent foreign coaches, I beg your pardon, and players who have taken legal action against Iranian clubs from working in the country again. Tell me what you think about the story. The 60-year-old tactician was appointed as Esteghlal's head coach in October last year, with the club fighting relegation, and they're struggling. And the tactician's guidance, they climbed up the table, securing 11th position after before he decided to part ways after not receiving his salary for 2 months. The three-time World Cup Champions League winner was terminated his contract in January, which sparked tensions. Coach Pito's case is just one of many that have highlighted financial struggles of Iranian clubs when it comes to honoring contracts with foreign professionals. The Iranian Football Federation has been grappling with a rising number of complaints, largely due to unpaid wages, financial disputes, exacerbated by the country's volatile exchange rate to curb financial liabilities. It is understood that the federation is now considering the stringent restrictions, including the burning the foreign coaches, players, and consultants who have lodged complaints against Iranian clubs at FIFA or at the Court Arbitration of Sport. You can follow the rest of the story is also on the story is available on www World Wide Web at snl24.com. Another story in our very own South African Tulani Siro, South African attacker, is currently back in the country, and a suitor has been revealed. With Tulani Siro could make a return to the PSL after the 34-year-old made a return to the country, having spent 14 years abroad, namely Europe and the Middle East, and will be among players who have since plied their trade overseas before returning to the country, namely Kabumelo Godisang and Thabo Cele, who are now cutting their teeth with Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. He's going to continue with his career with a return to the Betway Premiership after his contract with his club with Fakab expired in June last year. He has not touched a ball since, and he has been contemplating his next move. We can reveal that the experienced midfielder is currently training with Cape Town City, where he is coached by his former mentor, with whom he worked with at Ajax Cape Town in Moshin Etogrom. Krem made his first venture with the Arab club Faka after he joined the club from joined Emirati outfit Al Jazeera, where he spent 4 years before moving to Fakam, where he only played one season. PSL coaches led the big PSL accolades landed the Soweto-born star a move to Ajax Amsterdam after winning the top PSL awards before leaving the country, including the 2020, the 2010, 2011 PSL Player of the Season, and of course Footballer of the Season and Young Footballer of the Season. On to our other news. Mamelodi Sundowns, pre-PSL champions, league champions, Mamelodi Sundowns could be forced to move their match against Kaizer Chiefs, which is set to take place on the 1st of March, to the Lucas Masterpieces Morepe Stadium. This comes after the Loftus Festival, their current home ground, was ruled out due to a rugby match, which now you must remember that the rugby stadium is shared with the Blue Vodacom Bulls, and will be ruled out for the day, as Bulls and Stormers will come to a head, which also coincides with the encounter, which also coincides with the two giants on the 1st of March. Now the rugby game has however gone viral with the hashtag Phil Loftus having gone viral. The rugby match between Kaiser Chiefs kicks off at 5 p.m. while the league game kicks off at 3:30, leaving Lucas Masterpieces Morepe Stadium, where the two sides have played on numerous occasions, and there have been no hassles. But to however, they now however we the Lucas Masterpieces Maripa Stadium was deemed, despite being deemed ineligible by CAF, and did not meet CAF standards. They still might still play their fixtures there, the fixture there. Up to so far, the home team are set to provide, and we're still to provide. The champions are yet to provide an update with regard to where the playing match is going to be played, with the tickets for the category A encounter expected to go on sale within 10 days. Now, the Lucas Masterpieces Morepe brings many memories. With they played now the two teams played twice in the previous season, having met where in the league Kaiser Chiefs and where Sundowns and Chiefs met in the league on Women's Day, which was won by Sundowns by 2-1, and the MTN 8 second leg semi-final, which was also won by which was won by the Pretoria-based side. Meanwhile, Loftus has also been in the news for its recent less than impressive pitch after the recent match between Kaizer Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs rival Orlando Pirates. And word is that the tie on Nedbank Cup last 16 tie against some penny home defenders will also be played at the Lucas Moriba Stadium. Therefore, the latter seems to be the sensible option. Now, the Atteridgeville-based venue has developed wonders with regards to the Mamelodi Sundowns, where they beat Zamalek 3-0 in the CAF Champions League final in 2016, the first leg, and where they fell short, however, in Cairo 1-0, but winning 3-1 on aggregate. The parking space, though, has been the issue. To that end, the bigger and better FNB Stadium has also been suggested as an option, which could work in the favor of the Glamour Boys and Kaiser Chiefs. On to our other news making headlines. Onto our other news making headlines. Kaiser Chiefs head coach Nazreen Denabi has expressed the need for a specialist left back. The Tunisian Belgium tactician has revealed his need to reinforce their defense with a new player who can bring stability in the back line. Now, Kaiser Chiefs have been blowing hot and cold with 13 games remaining. However, they will be looking to turn things around and secure finish in a respectable position. Defensively, they've struggled, conceding 19 goals, making them one of the leakiest defenses in the league, the leakiest sides in the league. Now, this is not something you get from a Kaiser Chiefs side, not something you are used to, because when they won the league and those back-to-back leagues under the late Ted Dimitri, they considered the least amount of goals even under coach Stuart Baxter. Coach Nazaruddin Nabi spoke to SABC Sport, emphasizing the need for a specialist left back to restore balance in the defense while their title hopes are out of reach. He's already planning for next season, looking to reinforce key areas. Now he recently confirmed that he will not pursue the Tunisia. He has also turned down the Tunisian job, citing he's committed to the Kaichis project as it looks to build the club and bring it back to its former glory days. Now, what he said in an interview, they say BC Sport, is that if there's an opportunity or a transfer that we get to strengthen the team, we feel that we are in the right direction, even if we are not consistent. We feel that, for example, we should have had a left back that is a specialist. We should have a left back that is a specialist in that position, even though he plays amazingly well. Is someone who was there first, and it was a case of let's try him and see how he does. But overall, we believe that going to the end of the season, we feel we're in the right space with the right ingredients to do something good. Majority of the games, I choose to play my game model, which corresponds with the DNA of Kai's Chiefs, going high offensive, or maybe I don't have all the material for that kind of football. He adds, he says some people say if you pack the bus and play helicopter football, the people will kill you. If you are correct or not correct, sometimes I can attack too much. But thank you God, I don't know the English, so I don't go on social media, so I say it like that. That's just the coach adding some sense, throwing in some sense of humor. But generally, he does say he wants to put on a good show, show of offensive football in his team, and that this is a project. He goes on to say, for the last few games, we pushed maximum, and the dream for this season is to qualify for cash. Yes, it is not going to be easy, but I want to put this in my players. We have the capacity, and we have the differences, and the differences is or profile is not big. We have the capacity, and the differences or profile is not big. We need confidence, and it's the same for winning the Nedbank Cup. We will push, he goes on to say. On to our breaking news recently, which recently our recently breaking news. Kaiser Chiefs have reached an agreement with Libya side over defender Tadriano Trokwe. The talented player has a chance of proving his doubters wrong after sealing the move to Libya. This happens after the Glamour Boys confirmed an agreement with the Libyan Giants for the transfer of the defender Botswana international. The 26-year-old versatile defender has been treated as surplus requirements only to be involved owing to injury has not made much game time due to injuries. It explains why the Glamour Boys have agreed to let him leave. He will play alongside former Bafana Percy Tau's teammate in former Al Ali star in Mahmoud Karabakh, who has also joined Al Ittihad. In a statement made, Kaizer Chiefs have reached an agreement with Libyan club Al Ittihad for the transfer of defender Tadriano Trokwe. The club said in a statement during his 18-month tenure with Amakosi, made 32 appearances in all competitions, primarily as a left-sided centre-back and more recently as a left-back in coach Nazuddin Nabi, affectionately known as TT, the former SuperSport United defender. He played his final match for Makosi on last week Friday when they won by that odd goal against Stellenbosch in Cape Town, and is set to depart this week and is recently departed for the Libya's capital Tripoli, for where he's going to ply his trade and will meet his new teammates. His coach confirmed. In a statement that was made by Kaizer Chiefs, his former employers also made recently his former employers also made a statement with regards to the departure of the Botswana international. Now, if we can find the statement. Here made by the Glamour Boys, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, that is, who faced Chippa United in the in a statement that was made, they did say that we wish him the best of luck in his new venture. On to our results from last week, dating back from the 8th of February. Sundowns falling short with a brace from Lucas Ribeiro, another goal from Teboho Mokoena and Grant Kekana, just to mention a few, and one pullback by Dion Horta from Lino Pirates. Sundowns emerged victorious by 4 goals to 1, while Magesi beat Cape Town City by 2 goals to 0. Great day at the office for the home sides on Saturday last week. Richards Bay beating Polokwane City by 2 goals to 0, while TS Galaxy beat Chippa United by that odd goal from Gamogelos against Chippa United, while SuperSport United and Sekhukhune United could not be separated, playing to a 1-0 draw. Miguel Cardoso suffered his first league defeat at Sundowns at the hands of TS Galaxy, who remain unbeaten since their new coach took over, losing by a goal from Kamogelo Sibelebele, which was scored in the 44th minute. Champions League football saw Stade de Brestois fall short to their French rivals in Paris Saint-Germain by 3 goals to 0. The last minute goal from Jude Bellingham gave Supersport Real Madrid a 3-2 win over Manchester City after chasing the lead, having to chase the lead twice. While Juventus fell short, were too strong for were the only side to win at home by 2 goals to 1 against PSV Eindhoven. Sporting Lisbon falling short but to Borussia Dortmund by 3 goals to 0. Wednesday we saw Club Brugge winning by 2 goals to 1 against Atalanta, while Bayern Munich lost by 2 goals to 0. To 2 goals to 1, I beg your pardon, Celtic fell short by 2 goals to 1 to Bayern Munich, and Monaco falling short by an odd goal to Benfica. Feyenoord winning by an odd goal against AC Milan. The only game that was on midweek was the Merseyside derby, which was meant to take place on the 7th of December. However, could not take place due to the bad weather and the storms that were in Gerson Park at the time, which were played to a 2-draw, and so Curtis Jones and Doucouré, who was sent off following a confrontation right at the end of the game, alongside coach Arne Slot and his assistant. Nedbank Cup results Wednesday. Supersport needed extra time to come back from behind to win by 2 goals to 1, while Stellenbosch were too strong for Polokwane City, beating them by 2 goals to 0. Last night, Friday weekend football, Nedbank Cup continued with Durban City winning at extra time by 2 goals to 1 against TS Galaxy, giving the TS Galaxy coach his first defeat of the season in no competitions. Well, last night we also saw Chelsea being outplayed by Brighton by losing by 3 goals to 0. Here's what you can expect today. Marimo Gallants will welcome Amazulu in the Nedbank Cup, while Orlando Pirates will take on Baroka. Kyle Chiefs take on Chipa United. Sunday on the last kickoff for that fixture is at 6:30 p.m. Sunday, tomorrow we'll see Samamelodi Sundowns facing Penny Home Defenders. English Premier League fixtures will see Leicester City welcome Arsenal on the first game of the day, while West Ham United will face Brentford in a London derby. Southampton will take on Bournemouth. Aston Villa will take on Ipswich, while Man City take on Newcastle United in one of the anticipated encounters of the day at a goal rush. Fulham will take on Nottingham Forest, and Crystal Palace will face the Toffees in Everton. Sunday we'll see 2 matches, namely Liverpool take on Wolverhampton Wanderers, while Tottenham Hotspur will take on Manchester United. Tottenham will be looking to do a double on Manchester United, having beaten them 3-0 at Old Trafford last year. Wednesday we'll see the only fixture on Premier League fixture, with Liverpool traveling to Aston Villa at Villa Park, and Friday will kick off weekend football with Leicester taking on Brentford. Champions League fixtures, playoff second leg fixtures. Feyenoord will take a 1-0 advantage to AC Milan, while Benfica will host Monaco, carrying that 1-0 advantage. Club Brugge will take their 2-1 advantage to goal advantage to now. Remember, Champions League, with UEFA Champions League, they have done away with your away goal rules. So should Atalanta win by 1 goal to 0, we'll go to extra time and possibly penalties. Bayern Munich will take a 2-1 lead to South. Will bring a 2-1 lead to as a host Celtic. Wednesday we'll see a 3-0 advantaged Borussia Dortmund playing Sporting Lisbon. Real Madrid will take a 3-2 lead, which is a 1-goal lead as they host Manchester United at the Santiago Bernabeu. Paris Saint-Germain lead by 3-0 will take that lead as they host Stade Brestois. PSV Eindhoven will be hosting Juventus, who are in the league, who take a 2-1 advantage to Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Midweek fixtures: Betway Premiership, bread and butter will return this week with Kyle Chiefs hosting Super Sport United. TS Galaxy will be looking to return to winning ways with the face Stellenbosch FC. Cape Town City will take on Chippa United, while Polokwane City will be facing Magesi. Golden Arrows will come out of the Pirates on Wednesday. Marumo Gallants will be taking on Mamelodi Sundowns, and Sekukune United will be facing Amazulu. Friday will kick off the weekend with Stellenbosch taking on Richards Bay. And that's all we have time for on all things football. Remember to like the show, like the page, All Things Football Unpacked, where the show will be loaded after the show is done. Thanking you in advance to whoever is watching the show. The support, I appreciate it. The followers, remember to like, comment, and share the show. If you on Facebook, and of course, hit the like button and subscribe on YouTube on the Apiwe Roto network. Enjoy the show and enjoy the football. We're back again next week. My name is Apiwe Roto. Let's give it a name and call it a day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.